All right, hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Dorothy. Thanks for joining me. So right now, I want to talk about November and what's going on with that. So right now, let me just give you a brief synopsis of November. So November's energy, the astrological energy, is Scorpio for the most part. With the sun already in the sign of Scorpio, we're looking to be a little more intense. We're looking at clearing the things that have been part of our lives for a very long time that we want to get rid of, because Scorpio is very well known for transformation. And for things to transform, we need to see what really is the root of any issue or the cause of issues that we might have in our lives. So this is an opportunity once a year, especially when the sun moves through that Scorpio energy, for us to be made aware of what is deep within, what is hidden from ourselves, what we hide from ourselves, or where this transformation in our lives need to happen. And so we're going to work with that because we have many planets moving through the sign of Scorpio and a few others, and we'll get to the details of that in a second. So wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, I will be addressing that by talking about each zodiac sign next and how that plays out for you. Okay, Cancer, this one is for you. So let's get started. All right, November 2nd. We're already in the sun sign, in the sign of Scorpio, like I've already mentioned. And so that means we're in this transitional period and this period of deep research about ourselves. On this day, on November 2nd, Mercury moves into the sign of Scorpio, and that goes on in your solar fifth house. And while it is in that solar fifth house, what we're really looking at is you want to be examining what you're passionate about. Any contract or any verbal agreements that you've made because of Mercury in regards to the things that you do, the hobbies that you have, the things that you're passionate about, you'll get to re-examine those things and work through it in the way that is best for you. Because that Scorpio energy is very deep and intense, and we can't really get out of these transits without examining something that is very, very deep for us. All right? We also need to be careful, if you've been doing any shady business or doing things behind people's back. When Mercury is in Scorpio moving through this sector, those things could be revealed, so we need to be very careful and cautious of that. All right? Or we just get what's due us. Also on November 2nd, Venus and Mars are kind of active this month because they're actually conjunct in the sign of Virgo, the end of Virgo, because I'll be talking about them in a minute in addition to what I'm saying now, but they are together, so that's the masculine and the feminine energy that are together as a conjunction, looking at what the details are about life, your everyday living. It's in that third house, which is all about communicating and our neighborhood. And so when these two guys are together the way they are in this location for you who have Cancer rising, to me it represents that we need to have some communication with siblings or with people in our neighborhood. There's something about local activities that's going on here for you somewhere around the early part of November. Lots of local activities for you. And since you're a Cancer, that makes a lot of sense because home's important and what's going on in your neighborhood is as important. It should be anyways. I want to move on to November 8th because this is when Venus moves into the sign of Libra, and then she will go into your solar fourth house. So looking for peace and harmony and love at home is what you get when Venus moves into that sector. Will be a lot of help for you beautifying things and even getting things ready for the holidays, and just lots of fun and lots of love and lots of beauty and harmony at home. We also have on the 12th of November, Mars will follow suit. So a few days after Venus moves into Libra, Mars moves into Libra. And this will really excite us and give us a lot of activity and attention at home and what's going on at home. Now, for some people, there might be some arguing going on because when Mars and Venus, if they're not engaging in sexual behavior, because that is the masculine feminine energy, they could also be engaging in arguing and having lots of fights about what's important and what isn't important. So let's hope one is more dominant than the other. All right, it is what it is. On November 11th, I'm going to step back a day. We have the new moon in the sign of Scorpio. Again, that's in the solar fifth house of what we're passionate about. So that's an opportunity for you to set new goals in what you're passionate about, what you want to be creative about. I will have a new moon video up, so go watch that when the time gets closer. And remember, it's in your solar 5th house, all right, which is the things that you're passionate about. So you'll take all that information and add that to it. All right, moving on. I'm kind of going to group the rest of the month here, because on November 20th, Mercury enters Sagittarius. I'm looking at my notes, I'm sorry. On November 22nd, the Sun enters Sagittarius. And so those two moving into the sign of Sagittarius goes like this. Mercury in Sag, all about communicating, and really communicating in a very fun and educational way. Some people will educate themselves and go and take more classes, everyday classes, or they'll learn something about their health, take some cooking classes, because it's all in your solar 6th house. When the Sun is in that sign too, your solar 6th house, this is the focus. What am I working on? What my work is like? What my everyday health routine is like? How I am of service to others. So to add to that, we also have Saturn that's already been in that sector for a while. For the first 6 months of 2015, took a break, it's back in there now. And so Saturn moving through the 6th house, that means our everyday routine should be becoming more organized. Our job could become more stable. And if it isn't stable and things are up in the air, then we're going to use these transits, especially over the next 6 weeks, all of November into half of December, to stabilize our work, or to find work that is more rewarding or more suited for who we are and what we feel more comfortable with. Because Mercury and the Sun on November 24th and then the 29th respectively will conjunct Saturn in Sag in your 6th house. So the focus from the 20th to the 29th and even a little bit beyond into December is all about stabilizing what your daily routine is like and stabilizing your health, wellness, and your service to others. And how does that work for you? Well, you're a Cancer, so you're a very caring, nurturing person. So a pretty good chance, if that's there and all those other energies are happening, you would welcome the stabilizing of the service that you have for others and what you're doing in your daily life. So I will leave you with that, and thank you for watching. Please share, and please come to my website and share and subscribe. That's what we need. Thank you. Namaste.